beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a sunny day here in England, the British Isles, Northern Hemisphere, the start of autumn. It shouldn't, I mean it is the start of autumn, but really no, I mean it was 3 degrees 2 nights ago. 3! And can I just add, that was the biggest head nod I have ever seen, and I don't know why, but I thought I'd better do an equally big one in return. I mean normally it's just a sort of I acknowledge you. His head nearly fell off. It was nearly headless Nick from Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I haven't done a video for a while, so it's really nice to he nearly ran off the road. It's really nice to speak to y'all again. Y'all. Speak to y'all again. I did actually look at the analytics of my page. Actually, 2 things about my page. Firstly, please, if you're watching this, can you press that subscribe button? There's a very helpful red button underneath the video that says subscribe, but there's also my brand icon at the bottom right of the video. There's a sort of F and a B kind of stuck together, which I drew in a moment of madness, and if you press that, it also gives you the opportunity to subscribe. So there are a myriad, sir, of ways in which you could, should you so wish, and you know, you might wish to subscribe to the channel, because, and I'll tell you why. I had a look at the analytics and it said that in the last month, or however many, and I did just look at the last month, there have been however many hours of viewed footage. I can't remember what it was, I don't know, 500 hours or something. So you know, not much, but the it then went on to tell me that only that 94% of the people viewing were not subscribed. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, please. That does seem a little excessive. 94% of you haven't been bothered to click the little red subscribe button and cheer my day up significantly. It would be lovely if you are watching this. Please do that. Don't be one of the 94%. Be one of the 6%. Funky hat. I think you've got to wear a funky hat for gardening. I think it's very important. Yes, please. So please do that, and up my numbers. Talking of numbers, though, Facebook, that glorious epitaph of social media, of which I'm not really a fan, although I am still on. I haven't been I don't hate it enough to come off it. But it reminded me, it puts up these reminders every now and then of stuff you did years past. And it told me that I had posted 5 years ago yesterday that I had 82 subscribers. And that just made me think as well, 82, I was so delighted with 82 subscribers. It was a really cheering moment that actually anyone had subscribed to the channel, and I still actually genuinely can't understand why people do, but that's beside the point. And so yeah, so in 5 years, from 82 to 2,300 and something, so it's cool. Ooh, so we're done the post office. Good job. On the road again. Oh, only 8 miles. I need petrol, fuel to our dear American cousins, gas indeed, and I will also demonstrate to you how much stuff, because this is a question I often get asked, how much stuff you can fit in the saddlebags, because we are off to the supermarket, and I shall demonstrate how much you can fit in, because it's deceptive. Down to 5 miles. It's interesting. It does actually say naught. I have actually run this to naught and still been able to go, so it does have some emergency backup fuel tucked away somewhere in the tank. But it does sort of lift the anxiety levels a smidge. 2 miles. One mile. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Was I in 5th for all that? I'm going to have to check the footage later. I did think it was running quite quick. I mean, the revs were quite... Oh, no miles. No. Maybe I was in 5th rather than 6th. No wonder the fuel was draining. Can't believe I was. Seems a really silly thing to have done. But there we go. Now, is it fuel first or supermarket first? I think probably fuel first, because if I turn the engine off and there's no fuel in the tank, it's probably not going to start again, whereas it might keep going in the current state with just sort of fumes in the fuel lines. Nice, I'm glad you looked. I wasn't even looking. What a bell end. Oh, it wasn't an issue, but I mean, it literally didn't have his head. You're not using your indicator. Nice use of your indicator, missus. Right, fuel first, then yeah, fuel first. I packed my bag, and in it I put 1 big thing of milk, 2 big things of body wash, some toothpaste, and and some smoked paprika. So if you were wondering what you can put in your saddlebag, you can put milk, body wash, smoked paprika, and toothpaste. And let's face it, what more do you need from life? A motorbike with a small saddlebag, some milk, some smoked paprika, and some body wash, and some toothpaste. All in all, I'd say that was a fairly banging operation. Now, as much as going down the A303 back the other way would be an absolute delight, I thought we'd actually pop up through Wincanton and go the back way, because then it's a bit slower, it's a little less noisy for you as the avid watcher. I imagine having slightly less wind noise might be a nice thing. And you never know, we might pass some small child that wants me to rev the engine and blast their ears off. So, you know, there's always hope, isn't there? Christ alive. Heard him coming. Mine is a gentle throb. His is a... well, something else. So that's the difference between a Harley V-twin and my gentle little number. So this is a parallel twin, if nobody knew that. Triumph runs a parallel twin, which is why it looks so compact compared to bikes that run a V-twin, which usually have like things sticking out the side, and they especially Harleys, where they have that massive air filter thing, air intake on the side. That's why this bike is so I mean, it's so beautiful, because it's it's in proportion, but it's also the same on both sides. What am I trying to say? It's a mirror image both sides. So you have a pipe either side, rather than a twin pipe on one side, which is also what Harleys often do. And then you have a sort of a number plate sticking out the other side. It's all a bit unbalanced, whereas this is like perfectly balanced to look at, obviously. So it's, although it's not the same either side, it's all within the frame of the machine, which is great. It doesn't get as hot as a V-twin either. If anyone's seen the most recent and last Grand Tour, where they say, one of the reasons that they don't really want to carry on doing it is because they all hate electric cars. There's some, I am on board with that. They're just so meh. They're so boring. Yeah, you can have some quite nicely styled ones, like the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo. That is a really nice looking electric car, and I would happily own one. But in terms of sort of theatre, they don't give theatre. It's what Tesla tried to create. So they tried to create theatre by having stupid noises. You have all the the weird stuff that you can do in a Tesla, like the noises and the party anthems and the doors flapping up and down and all that shit. But that's because they're so dull, and so theatre had to be created to make them even vaguely interesting. Whereas a classic ICE internal combustion engine car, normal fuel, a V6, a V8, there's something sonorous, there's something theatrical about them. There's something, look at the Lagondas of this world, or the, pretty much any Lamborghini, all the sort of the beautifully marked up premium brand cars, that spend money on style rather than just functionality. And they're just beautiful. They're works of art. There isn't a single electric work of art car. I can't think of one. An electric work of art car? Was that a Ducati Diavel? I think it was. It's funny that I mostly talk about cars rather than bikes on my bike channel, but there we go. I think it probably shows you where my true passion lies. I love bikes, but I adore cars. Would I sell my bike in order to afford an Aston Martin? Oh, now there's a question. Oh, I'm not sure I would. Oh, I love you. I love you, you little black beauty. Oh, dear me. That's a very good question. I mean, I would love an Aston Martin. I would adore an Aston Martin. Can I please have an Aston Martin? But do I have to sell my bike in order to have one? Oh, it might not happen. I mean, it's not going to happen anyway, because I can't afford one. But if I... maybe I'm not such a car person. Or no, I think maybe I am. Your dream car versus a dream bike, which would you go for? I think that would probably tell you if you're a car or a bike person. If you have the chance to have your dream bike or your dream car, what would it be? I would go dream car every time. But I don't want to tell you to achieve that. Oh, sweetie. Now, Christ, excuse me. Very important question. Have you, if you're still watching this drivel, have you pressed that subscribe button yet? I did ask you at the beginning. It's a very important thing for you to do. Maybe that coloured rose. If you haven't yet done it, please do. It's not hard. It's a click away. And think how good you'll feel afterwards. Envisage the goodness. Tra-la-la-la-la, and nod. Yay! Ooh, good pub. White Lion. Good pub. In Bourton, which is where we currently are. Have we just missed the turning? I think we just missed the turning. It's up there, just that way. Good pub, like it. Good pub garden, good food. Yeah, nice country pub. That chap seems to be mowing his tarmac, which is an interesting concept. I don't know whether you just saw out of the corner of your eye, about 30 seconds ago, was that a sort of the stone trough thing that was set into the wall and it had some flowers in? Is that from sort of times of yore? Meow! Times of yore, when people used to sort of trundle around with horses and carts and stuff, and so there would be a public horse trough just sort of knocking around on the side of the wall. I wonder. Another quite good pub here, actually. Pub garden's disappointing. Food is very good. Sunday lunch is very good. So if you're considering that, good pub there. Let's go left. Let's follow that little silver car. Because there's rather attractive farmland up here. And it sort of opens up. It used to be an old American Air Force base during, yes, don't do that, love. An old American Air Force base during World War II. And in fact, you can still see the control tower just here on your left, ladies and gentlemen. On your left, you have the old control tower of the airfield, which, as you can see, is pretty flat. It's now back into farmland, but some of the old bits of airfield are still there. But this is a very, very ooh, they've redone the road. That's nice. But I do really like when it's just been baled out here. It's just beautiful. It's quite nice when they redo the roads, though. Oh, it's good. It's good views, isn't it? I mean, really, it's a pretty beautiful place to be. I would offer you a lift, but I ain't got no room. Sorry. And you can't go in the saddlebags. I've already filled it with a bottle of milk, 2 bottles of body wash and toothpaste and some smoked paprika. So, good, it wasn't as big as I thought. Yeah, let's miss that one though. I don't really want to have my arsehole blown out through my head. The back suspension, the rear suspension, isn't the greatest on this bike. I have been meaning to sort of play around with it to touch to see if I can find a better combination. Like you can adjust it, so you can make it softer or harder, and it's pretty good. Oh, it's pretty good, but yeah. As I used to write on my reports, could do better. Well done, young lady. Running in the heat of the day. Excellent job. Keep going. Woo! I always do the delicate fall when I stop. I haven't quite sort of mastered a really smooth stop, even after 5 years of riding this thing. Or nearly 5 years. A really smooth stop. It's because of the, well, one of the reasons is because of the forward feet, and so you're just slightly unbalanced. on a cruiser, but it looks cooler. So, you know, it's like Buzz Lightyear. It's not flying, it's falling with style. God, I just chat absolute bollocks, don't I? Yeah, good. Someone has to. And if it's not me, it'll be someone else. Oh, what a view! Oh, I hope the old HD is picking this up. Oh, it's beautiful. Meow.